Alright, so you think this whole vlogging thing is not that complicated, but before I get into today's video, let me give you a little bit of idea of what can go wrong. Let's start by grabbing a tripod so I can show you this. My new tripod. I think I've got a video on this later on.
To the end, it's just beginning. Life is getting lighter while the days are getting brighter, yeah. And it's a good, I won't even worry anymore. Took all my cares, still can kick them all out the door. Go on and try, come and tell me what you're waiting for. Move and keep them going till your life is overflowing, yeah.
Okay, tripod setup. Now, to pick a camera. That one doesn't focus great. We won't need that, we're not outside. Yeah, this one should do. Actually, sounds fine. We'll use the one we're talking to right now. Alright, so real quick, I just want to tell you what went wrong with yesterday's video. Quick, this is not about that, this is about this. Why is it that the video yesterday was so bad? Well, let's talk about that. The reason why it didn't work out yesterday is because of cameras. Let's talk about cameras for a second here. Ultimately, you have a lot of options when you're vlogging. First go-to option many people go to is the phone. Now, I'm an iPhone guy. I know the Samsung phones work quite well as well. I have the 7 Plus, and I love the portrait shots that I can get, but the video is so-so. And more so, I hate the way I have to transfer the data from my phone into something I can actually use. So although the phone is a good option, I do use it occasionally. Did a lot of my original videos on it, not my preferred method. The other option I went to then was the GoPro. Problem with the GoPro Hero 4 is that this case makes the noise very, very difficult, if not squeaky. Ended up buying a GoPro Hero 5, loved it, except for I had a problem with it because it kept, the SD card wouldn't work. When it went to Best Buy, they said they didn't have it under warranty, so I bought another GoPro Hero 5. Same SD card didn't work in that one either. Tried a different SD card, worked in both. So now I have two, one for Molly, one for me. But these aren't great for low light situations. Yesterday, that's what I needed. Action, awesome. So I'll talk more about this. Not really meant to be a gear video, but you've seen me use these guys. This is a good underwater camera, the Olympus Tracker. But once again, not necessarily exactly what I need. Now, you can always go with a light. This is a Manfrotto light, and it is bright. Probably blind you here. But ultimately, don't like to put light in every situation, especially when I'm on the go and moving quick. Which leads me to kind of my go-to cameras, the one I'm recording on right now. Now, obviously, yes, I do have a drone, and one day we'll do some tours with drones and things like that. And I even have several different gimbals, but ultimately you don't want to always use all that stuff. So the go-to cameras I use are this and the one I'm on, which is this is a Sony RX100 Mark IV. This is a Mark V that you're recording on. Molly uses the 4, that one's 5. However, when I did the tour, I decided to go with the better quality stuff because I do like what it can do. That would be, and the audio helps, because the problem with these guys is there's no audio inputs. So if there's any wind, I'm in trouble, which is where this thing comes in. That's called a dead cat. And so the dead cat is something that helps me to keep the noise down. I knew it was going to be windy that day, so I went with the Sony A6300. This is my go-to camera of choice. However, the other day when I did this, I went with my favorite lens of choice, which is my f-stop 2.8 35mm lens. That's why you got a lot of close-ups with Molly and her beautiful face. Maybe you didn't catch as much of the coach as you might have preferred. I should have gone with something a little bit higher in millimeters. Lower in millimeters, like a, here we go, 10 to 18. But it was only an f-stop 4, which I was worried about the lighting with that. The higher the f-stop, the less light it takes in, as I understand. I'm not really a camera guy, just trying to learn. So I went with this camera, but I forgot that it didn't have the stabilization and I wasn't on a tripod, which made things a little shaky in our last video. So what that means is, really what I need is a better camera. The problem is I haven't been able to find something that's as compact as this, the Sony a6300, that gives me everything I want. Now the a6500 has just come out and I'm excited to potentially upgrade to that, but the one key feature I'd love to have is the flip screen. And this thing will only flip up, and frankly it doesn't even flip up really in a good place. I mean, I guess it's nice if you're going to shoot like that, but really what I need is something that flips out so I can see myself in that. Now unfortunately Sony does not make anything with it. They did at least upgrade where you have touchscreen focus. You don't actually control the screen otherwise with that, but that's really all I need it for is focus, so I like that. And the new a6500 does have stabilization, which is incredible for the price point. So I may upgrade to the a6500. I am looking at the GH5, the Panasonic, because it does have a flip screen, but it's supposedly bigger than even the a7S II, which is my other camera, and the one I should have been using when I did that filming, because it would have been able to handle stabilization for me and not created so much of a headache for you. So I love the a7S II, but it doesn't focus very quickly, and it's kind of disappointing for a camera of this magnitude. It once again does not have this flip screen, but I can understand that at least on this camera. Both of these cameras do have 4K, which was a big reason why I chose them over their competition. So here's what I want someone to do. Tell me, is there a camera that has exchangeable lenses, that has built-in stabilization, that has a flip camera, that has touchscreen, that has 4K, that has peaking displayed, that has external audio input, and it would be great if it also had headphone input, but I could live without that. Is there a camera out there? I heard maybe Olympus or maybe Fuji has one, but for right now I haven't been able to find one. So maybe one of you camera developers could do that for me. That would be great, and then I wouldn't have shaky, nauseating camera film there. Or maybe this whole thing was just user error. Bottom line, guys, thanks for joining me today. I don't know if this was the type of vlog that you're hoping for. A lot of you probably aren't camera people, but just figured I'd share with you a little bit of the behind the scenes on what it takes to actually create a vlog. What makes it even more exciting is I do live in this bus, so I don't have a place to put everything. I've got a great bag and some other things that help me keep it organized. Molly's super organized, which helps as well, but frankly it's not always easy to vlog while you're on the go all the time, so I'm learning. Appreciate you guys being on the journey, and hopefully now you'll understand a little bit more where we're at. To wrap up, I'm going to be moving forward tomorrow. We're going to be going into the final days where we transfer from the Airstream into the RV, and yes, I want to share with you some of these things, even though they're outdated, they're behind, because for me 20 years from now when I'm going back and watching all this, I want to remember the whole journey. And so yes, we want to share this adventure with you, but we're also doing it for ourselves and for our own memories. And so hopefully the idea of getting a vlog a day is going to get me caught up. It is catching up quite quickly. I think that I'll probably be hitting somewhere between 2 weeks to a month every single week. So we should be caught up to where we're at today, coming soon. And we'll occasionally do videos like this that are actually recorded on the same day or day before in recent time. As well. There is a little bit of a need for security, so I'll probably never do a lot of vlogs telling you about the location we're at, in that exact location, the day of or the day before, because of concerns for, my wife and my kids being safe, since I do sometimes have to travel. So that'll kind of give you an idea of why sometimes our vlogs are a little bit behind, why we're not always telling you about right where we're at, but hopefully you enjoy the journey. Those of you that like more of the adventure vlogs, got more of those coming. Those of you like more of the RV stuff, got more of that coming. So just subscribe and catch the ones that you like the best, and share with those that you know that maybe have an idea of how to help me out with the right camera equipment, or maybe you can forward this on to Sony and get them to put a freaking flip screen on their cameras. Thanks. Talk to you later, guys. Subscribe, share, like.
If you like the video, hit subscribe and hit the thumbs up button too. Oh, thumbs up. Thanks for the comment.